Hello everyone. Today is my second part. One was the components regarding the supply of loanable fund and one was the demand for loanable funds. Now let us see how those components can be drawn. But as I want to say you in the beginning, that drawing an image and drawing a diagram in economics is completely different. Here the diagram needs accurate measurement. That is the most important thing, and that is what we will learn today in our lateral summation. As the word summation, you can that it is about addition. Now what addition we have to do? We know that demand for loanable funds is consist of demand savings, hoarding and investment, and when we do the addition of this saving, hoarding and investment, we will get our total demand for loanable funds. Similarly, when we do the addition of disinvestment, dishoarding, bank money and savings, we get our total supply of loanable fund. Now how do we get this and how it will be reflected or in the diagram, that I will try to explain to you. If you look at the diagram as a whole, in the beginning or at first go, you can see that oh, itu to bera nisna lagi ase. It looks like a bera, but it is not a bera. Neither the SL curve nor the DL curve is a windmill. Don't get confused with this. And don't try to draw like, okay, I'll put 2-3 line here and there like a bera and I will draw. No, don't do that. That will be a mistake. How we do this lateral summation or horizontal summation, we will understand and I will tell you how to do it. But before going to that, you have to do some pre-calculation. And let us begin with the pre-calculation. First take a number 12.5 and 12.5 is reflected in the diagram. You can see that RE is the distance 12.5. And why we have taken this 12.5, we will come to that little later. First you take 12.5, write it down as 12.5, and we will try to connect now this 12.5 with other things. Next, what you have to do to find out the demand for loanable fund, you have to take the components. So the components here we have taken as RG, which reflect this saving, and we have written as 2.5. These are centimeters. Please keep this in mind. RG equal to 2.5 centimeter, which reflect this saving. RC is hoarding, which is 4 centimeter. RB is I, which is investment demand for loanable fund, and which is 6 centimeter. Now you might be asking me, sir, why investment is 6 and why this saving is so less? The question is that in total demand for loanable fund, the major chunk of demand for loanable funds come from investment. That's why we have written the most distance, horizontal distance, that is 6 centimeter. And since the demand for loanable fund comes from this saving as very less, so we have written as 2.5. You can adjust this according to your own wishes, but please keep this in mind that whatever numbers here you take, addition of this must be equal to this, and here also in the addition of supply of loanable fund must also reflect this. So my case is 12.5, so we'll try to adjust with 12.5. Similarly, you will find that in supply for loanable funds there are 4 components. RF, which reflects this investment, I have taken as 1 centimeter, and then comes this hoarding, I have taken as RD, which is 3 centimeter, Then comes the bank money, which is RC, which is reflected with 4 centimeter, and RA, which is 4.5 centimeter, which is denoted by a symbol S, which reflects savings. So here again you can see that 4.5 is the number given to S, means savings. So the savings, the supply of loanable funds comes from, major part comes from the saving, that's why the 4.5, and very less amount comes from disinvestment, so it is 1 given. You can give your number according to your convenience, but keep that in mind. This number reflects the percentage of, or the parts of total supply of loanable funds coming from which component, and you must always keep it in mind this order: the saving major, bank money little less, then dishoarding little less, and disinvestment further less or the least out of this. Now when you add this, you will get 12.5, and this will give you demand for loanable fund, and when you add this, it will give you supply of loanable fund. Now take your copy, take pencil, take a scale, take a pencil, then take two color pens if you have. One you can take black, another you can take red, you can take green, whatever, but if it will be very good if you take two color pen. So what you will do in the first go, first you will draw this y axis, you will draw this OY axis, OY axis you will draw. First you will draw OY axis like this, you will draw OY axis, then you will draw OX axis, and OX axis must be more than 12.5 centimeter. I have taken 15 centimeter, you can take 15 centimeter, and you can see that I have turned the page in this direction, not in this direction, because it will not be I have taken in a landscape mode, not in a portrait, because in a portrait it will not be possible, or it will be difficult to draw. And 15 centimeter I have taken because I need 12.5 centimeter, so the OX axis must be more than 12.5 centimeter, and you can see 12.5 centimeter is here, exactly here. Put a dot here, put a dot here, exactly 12.5 centimeter. Then what you do, you take any height, mine is 6 centimeter I have taken, 6 centimeter I have taken, take 6 centimeter and mark it as R, that is the rate of interest, and here also you mark it as what you call 6 centimeter up here, and put a dot here, 6 centimeter here and 6 centimeter here, and put a dot here, and through this 6 centimeter you draw your DL curve, which is downward sloping, and you draw your SL curve, which is upward sloping. DL intersecting each other at point E. That one you can keep it in your mind. But the question is, sir, should we draw the DL first and SL first and show the interaction and equilibrium first? I have drawn DL first and SL first, intersected each other, and I got the equilibrium here. But please keep it in mind, actually from this portion only we are getting this, so we should draw this first, then draw this. But what I have done that I have drawn this first, then I try to draw this later on. There is no harm in doing this first and doing this later on, but keeping this 12.5 in our mind. Now what we will do, we will try to plot this DS, H, I, RF, RD, RC, RA. Now you make a line from OR, which is the rate of interest reflected in OY axis, and this is the loanable funds, which is also demand and supply of loanable fund, demand and supply of loanable funds. So it is reflected in OX axis. So next thing what we will do, we have already drawn this at DL and SL. Next what you do, these are, and here you make this line first. You make this line and it will come out to be 12.5 centimeter. So this is done. Next, what we will do, you put the scale here and see that your scale does not move a bit, just numbers. So it's better you write this number somewhere, not in the diagram. Okay, don't write in the diagram. This is not the part of the diagram. I have written it separately, though it is written here to show you, but it should be written not in the diagram. It should not be reflected in the diagram. Please keep this as a tip. Understood? As handy, something